Hello, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are healthy and safe. Welcome back to our new academic year. I have come with an informative presentation which will enhance interrelation of history and geography in human life. So let's move ahead and see. What is history? History is the study of the past. It helps us understand the change and how the society we live in came to be. It allows us to understand our past, which in turn allows us to understand our present. To make the study of history easier, it is divided into three parts: ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. Here, BC stands for before Christ and AD stands for in the year of the Lord or Anno Domini. This year, you will explore the history of medieval India. The word medieval comes from the Latin word medius and evam, which means middle age. Therefore, when a period is called medieval period, it means that period which is in the middle of the human history. The medieval period of Indian history is taken to extend from 700 to 1700 AD when Mughal Empire started breaking up and British began establishing their power to India. Division of medieval period in India: early medieval period from 700 to 1200 AD and later medieval period from 1200 to 1700 AD. At the time of medieval period, various Indian and foreign rulers were ruling over India. When India is divided into several princely states, these rulers had made different forts, temples and monuments. We will see some of the famous enduring architecture of the medieval India. Some of the enduring architecture of the medieval India: the Taj Mahal at Agra, built by Shah Jahan in the 17th century AD. Students, look at the picture carefully and name the places where these monuments and forts are situated. Yes, you are correct. These monuments and forts are situated in Delhi. Red Fort, constructed in 1639, served as the main residence of Mughal Emperor. Qutub Minar, it was built by Qutbuddin Aibak in the year 1193. Humayun Tomb is a stunning piece of Persian architecture built in Mughal era. Jama Masjid, India Gate, Rajghat and many more. Delhi is a city located in North India. It is bordered by the state of Haryana and UP. Delhi has rich history that is visible today through its amazing architecture. Most of the Indian rulers and foreign invaders wanted to capture Delhi as it is considered as central part of India. First ruler who ruled Delhi was Qutbuddin Aibak from 1206 to 1210. Ibrahim Lodi was the last ruler who ruled Delhi from 1517 to 1526. Students, let's enhance your memory with the answer of this question in your mind. Name the state which is famous for its royal palaces and forts. Rajasthan is the state in the northwestern part of India. The state has its own historical and geographical importance. Rajasthan is famous for its historical hill forts, palaces and deserts. Example of forts are Chittor Fort and Kumbhalgarh Fort. In pre-independence era, Rajasthan was ruled by the Rajput kings. Rajput kings were well known for their loyalty and bravery, like Maharana Pratap and Prithviraj Chauhan. Students, can you tell why such forts and monuments were built? Hill forts were mostly built to protect the territories from enemies or foreign invasions, and it is also said that the bigger and the grander building, the richer and more powerful the king would be considered. It also leaves behind remembrance of the ruler during that period of time. Now we are going to discuss next topic, temples. Temples are constructed to worship God. Temples displays the traditions, culture and belief system of people living in particular area. The temples of North India. The Nagara style temples had some distinctive features. Inside the temple, the Garbhagriha was always square. By the 10th and 11th century AD, this style of architecture had become well established. Example, Lingaraj Temple, Bhubaneswar. Temples of Central India. The main characteristics here is the double amalgam. The best known examples of this style of architecture are the temples at Khajuraho. Mostly they are built during 10th to 12th century AD. Rajasthan and Gujarat. Most of the temples were built in Pratihara period from 8th to 9th century AD. For example, the Vimla Vasai temple, Dilwara at Mount Abu and the Sun temple at Modhera in Gujarat. The temples of the Deccan. The rock-cut architecture of the Rashtrakuta is best illustrated by the Kailashnath temple at Ellora, which was sculpted out of a single rock like the Rathas at Mamalapuram. With the hoslas, a marked change in style came. Temples were made hexagonal in shape like a lotus and profusely carved. The best example of which is the Dwar Samudra temple at Halebeed, Karnataka. South Indian temple. The Cholas built several hundreds of temples and pillars to commemorate their victories in battle. Settled political conditions, vast resources and a great interest in art resulted in the creation of two magnificent temples. The Brihadeshwara temple at Tanjavur, built by Rajaraja Chola in 11th century AD, and Meenakshi temple, Madurai. Do you know geography and history are interrelated? See how. History views experience from the perspective of time, while geography views from the perspective of space. History is the study of the past historical events that have geographical linkages, while it is a science which deals with land, oceans, atmosphere, people, culture with reference to the space and time. Students, let's understand the meaning of geography. The term geography comes from ancient Greek word. Geo means earth and graphy means study. Thus, geography means study of the earth. Geographical factors have had an impact of history. For example, the Himalayas have posed a barrier for many who have wanted to conquer this land. But the passes or points along the ranges which are lower than the surrounding peaks have allowed travelers and invaders to the northwest. Like Turks and the Mongols have had a powerful impact on the culture and society of India. On the map, you can see on your right hand side is the northeast part of the India, where you will find the Himalaya ranges which start from the north peak to the eastern part of India. And in your left hand side, you will find the northwest part of India, where the most of the foreign invasions took place. Students, which country do we live in? We live in India. India is a country located in continent Asia. Now, you come across a word continent. A continent is one of the larger continuous masses of land. There are 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Students, remember Asia is the largest continent in terms of area, and Australia is the smallest continent in terms of area. States of India. There are 28 states in India. Each state has its own capital. Capital of India is Delhi. There are 8 union territories in India. Students, you can see map of India on your screen. If you will see the southern part of India, then you will find that it is surrounded by water. From the east part, Bay of Bengal, from the southern part, Indian Ocean, and from the western part by Arabian Sea. If you will see the north part of India, then you will find that India shares boundaries with different countries that we are going to see in further slides. You can also see Delhi on the northern part, which is the capital of India. Indian Peninsula. A peninsula is a region surrounded by 3 sides of water. The southern part of India is surrounded by large water bodies: Arabian Sea in the west, Bay of Bengal in the east, and Indian Ocean in the south. Countries which shares boundaries with India. There are 7 countries which share boundaries with India: Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. Students, remember, above all shares land boundaries with India. Only Sri Lanka and Maldives shares water boundaries with India. Geographical condition of Rajasthan. Climate of Rajasthan is hot and dry. Summer temperature ranges from 32 to 46 degrees Celsius and winter temperature ranges from 4 to 28 degrees Celsius. Mount Abu and Churu temperature drops to 0 degrees Celsius in winter. Thar Desert. It is also called as Great Indian Desert. Now we will discuss some important facts of Rajasthan. State bird of Rajasthan is Great Indian Bustard. State animal Chinkara and camel. National Park and Wildlife Sanctuaries. Keoladeo National Park, Bharatpur. This is also called as Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. Every year, thousands of migratory birds like Arctic tern and Siberian crane visit this wildlife sanctuary. Sariska Tiger Reserve of Alwar, Ranthambore National Park of Savai. Most of the people in Rajasthan speaks Rajasthani language. Crops grown in Rajasthan: oilseeds, cumin, bajra, jowar and pulses. Soil found in Rajasthan: mostly desert soil and alluvial black soil or red loam. You can see map of Rajasthan on your screen. On your right hand side, you can see Jaipur, which is the capital of Rajasthan, and Bharatpur, which is famous for Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. On the left hand side, you can see Thar Desert, which is also called as Great Indian Desert. Geographical condition of Delhi. Climate: hot in summer, temperature ranges from 25 to 45 degrees Celsius. Cold in winters, temperature ranges from 5 to 25 degrees Celsius. Language spoken: Hindi, Punjabi and Urdu. Food of Delhi is mostly influenced by Mughlai, Punjabi and Awadhi cuisine. Wildlife Sanctuary: Ashula Bhatti Wildlife Sanctuary, which is situated close to the border of Delhi and Haryana. Soil which is found in Delhi is alluvial soil. Terms used to describe the subcontinent during the Vedic age. Sapta Sindhu, the land of 7 rivers. These rivers were Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beach, Satluj and the mythical Saraswati. Sindhu was the Sanskrit name of Indus. The word Hindu derived from the Sanskrit word Indu or Somu, the drink of Vedic people, offered to the god and consumed by the people. So, the Hindu were the people who drank Indu and were blessed by it. The land where they lived was called Hindustan. Arabic and Persian literature of the medieval period notifies Indian subcontinent as Hind, and people who live here are Hindus. The Greek called this land Indica, most probably from Indica, the subcontinent get its modern name India.